So tell us, why in the Gambia? You stop by talking about meeting your beautiful wife today. A lot of people, when you say you are a Nigerian, there's this perception, there's this stigma that comes with it. Trendy right now. The younger generation are changing. Credit to African youths. I can see a lot of shout out to Cameroonians, Kenyans, South Africans. Even in Gambia, there are a lot of people now that are now beginning to know the true story of Nigerians. That they are not just the 419s that has been, they are not seeing that even in the UK here, one of the biggest, airports are owned by Nigerians. Nigerians are actually go to any university in the world. But I don't know, for some reason, why people will be thinking that if the few ones, which every country in the world has got those bad eggs, why you will generalize and stigmatize everybody. It still baffles me till today. But then they will leave that for another day. But the fact that people are now beginning to say, oh wow, there are still exception, not just Nigerians, as the case may be. Now tell us about meeting that beautiful Gambian.
I went to the market on that day. I met her. Before then, I know few guests like.
Which of the markets?
Serekunda? Bundu Boho.
Bundu Boho.
I was living in Bundu Boho.
Because for Gambians that are watching, when you say we're in Gambia, we need to break it down. We need to actually tell the story in a way that they can relate. It's not Serekunda market. I remember the Mirror Boy, which I was part of. You see the Serekunda market. That's also Serekunda market to the world. But we're looking at Bundu Boho. Yes, market. Continue, my brother.
Bundu Boho market. So before then, I was actually dating a girl. She's a Sierra Leonean. I want to say this because there are some girls that there are things a man actually want from women. So that other people, because I see this generation, I just like shake my head. You know that someone was asking me one time, he was like, do you see what is going on right now on the internet? What advice will you have for the next generation that are not born? I said, let them not come. Make them stay. Because the world is becoming something else. He was laughing. I met this girl who's a Sierra Leonean. We were like together. But this kind of laziness, I'll provide money, she's around, she can't cook. Then I was not singing it in her ear. I can't marry you. No. Because you see what my past experience, what I went through growing up, I was always scared to marry. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So now, when I see some things, when I'm dating a girl, I see some things you are doing, I will start being scared. So at this time, my grandma was already after me, like,
when are you going to
get married?
I'm my grandchild.
All those kind of stuff. When are you going to marry? So I really want to. I told myself, I'm no more traveling out for now. I just want to marry. I just want to settle down. On that fateful day, I met my beautiful wife. I asked this girl to help me go to the market. She said she's tired, she's not going. Anytime I kind of send her, she's always tired. I said, okay, when I cook, she will eat. If she watch this, she will know that I'm saying the truth. So I went to the market. Where I was buying fish, I saw this beautiful dancer, man. She was just smiling. Oh, I thought she was actually smiling at me. Then I smiled. I was like, oh, hello, beautiful. I like your smile. She was like, no, I was smiling for the other guy behind you. I know him. Look my back. Oh, they know each other at the street where they said they live, right? So I thought it's me. Then when she left, I followed her. I said, please, I know you were not smiling at me, right? But I like the way you smile. I would like to get to know you. She was like, no. I followed her around the market. People were laughing. I said, I will never let you go until I have your number. So at the end of the day, she was so embarrassed. She was not happy. She was like, why are you following me? Then she gave me a number. She wanted to go. She just called the number and said, can I go now? I said, no, don't be too fast. I have to dial that number. To be sure.
That's a Nigerian in you. You wanted to be sure you have the right number.
Exactly.
My brother.
After using me to go round, I said, no.
I want to confirm.
I want to confirm. That's how I confirmed the number. She said, yeah, that's my number. Can I go now? I said, yeah. Bye.
You can go. Bye.
I was just laughing, going. Then I just knew. I don't know. I just knew. I said, like, man, you know, Gambia, you have Christian, you have Muslim. I'm a Christian. No one is bad, but I just wanted to marry a Christian like me. You know what I mean? You know, so.
And Gambia, fairness to Gambia and Sierra Leone, they have religious tolerance. Unlike
exactly.
Eastern. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So I called her on phone later in the evening. I just asked her a few questions. I said, are you a Christian or Muslim? She said she's a Christian because she told me her name, which I know it sounds like a, but you know how their names. So that was how we started talking. She was like, oh, I like Nigerians, but I cannot marry Nigeria and all that. I have to like, I met her 2013, February 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still remember the date?
I remember.
2013?
Yeah.
February 13. There's something unique about your numbers.
Yeah.
These numbers are powerful.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So we started talking. It was not easy. Oh my God. I have to. That was the first girl, like, as a man, like, she came to my house. I tried to touch. I was calm because I don't want her to, like, run away. At the end of the day, we were dating for 1 year. Nothing happened. You know what I mean? You know? Then I told her, no, when I met her after 3 months, I proposed. I took my friend Umbalo, my best friend, a Gambia guy. We went out, we took her out. I proposed. She accepted and all that. You know? But she was telling me to wait, which I waited. At the end of the day, I went to see I took my family people like the Edos, the Isha, Mokachi. We went to their village to see the dad and, you know, the mom. That is why I respect the mom as well. So far, you know, I respect everybody, but the mom is also special to me. She saw me that day, I can still remember. You know, she was like, they were interpreting to me and my wife best friend who took us. My wife best friend took us to their village, you know. So we went through a lot of things. Like the father said he will reach us. At the end of the day, they called the girl to the village. Oh my God, it was all mixed up. Like, Nigeria, you want to marry Nigeria? Again.
Nigeria.
You know, it was war. Like, when I mean it was war. I love this girl so much. She has bring me peace. Like, I just, like, everything I was looking for. I tried that I gave her so many tests.
And she passed.
She passed. That is why I was like, she was also the first girl that sent me a credit. Like, I said, I'm always calling this girl, right? I want to see if I don't call this girl, if she will call me. She suffered me and all, which is a long story. If I call her, she put my phone on the GROTL. She don't want to talk to me. But I refuse to give up. I'll go to her area, hang around. If she mistakenly come out, I will follow her and everything. 1 year, she was just playing me like a soccer ball. I'm telling you, man. So, but at the end of the day, we started dating. Then I told her I'm serious. I want to marry her and all that. You know, that 3 months I met her, I proposed to her. She accepted, but she would refuse to like cooperate. She would be like, you wait, I'm still studying you, I want to be sure. I don't know if you understand. Then 1 year now, we are still on those
try and error.
Exactly. You know, so I went to see their family and everything. It was war. The father said, because I'm in Nigeria, I can't marry Adora and all those. Oh my God, broke my heart and everything. I was not happy about it. You know, I told this guy, I'm not like, in every country you have the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know. So because the story they told me was their cousin once married in Nigeria and the guy
Nigerians are not the same.
Exactly.
We have, for crying out loud, we've got more than 200 million people.
Like,
you don't expect people not to have the good, the bad, the ugly, and of course the most beautiful. They are all in the same 200 million plus. So where will people get that?
My brother, it was not easy. When I already like got a new place, I was planning to relocate to, bought new furniture and all that. At the end of the day, the father refused. I was done and everything. Then I now told the girl, okay, can we just try? Maybe if you get pregnant, your father will accept us and all that, which we did. Then we went back again. The man said no. He said no over his dead body, that even if we have so many kids, that I can take my kids, but I will not marry his daughter.
I saw when you eventually, before you fast forward, I saw it was trending at some point. I think you eventually got married to your wife, and it was trending on WhatsApp Gambia.
Yeah, WhatsApp Gambia.
Tell us about it.
Okay, what happened was that after everything, then I think after my wife gave birth, it was not easy. She almost died when giving birth. You know, I went through her. I spent more than 48,000. The first one was 20-something thousand. Then after she gave birth,
in Dallas,
in Bravo, I have to rush her to the hospital again. You know. So when people came for the naming, they were like calling the dad and say, "This guy is a good guy. Come and see how he's taking care of your daughter and the child." So like people keep trying to talk to him. I remember my dad's uncle. He was a reverend father. May so rest in peace. He passed away now as well. We went to his office. He said he would talk to him. You know, people were really talking to him. So after my child got to like 1 year plus or 2 years. Yeah, I think my son was now 2. Then the dad now finally like accepted that I can actually come and, you know, he gave up and said, okay, they said you are good. He went to see my uncle, that is on Mokachi, you know, but then I was still angry. I was like, I'm no more interested, you know, after I did all my best and all that.
But this time, where were you?
I was still in Gambia. Okay. So after he said I will not marry his daughter, then I went back online. Because then I wanted to settle down now. Say, let me forget about travel for now, right? So I went online that night. That was when I met somebody else online, you know? So, who also has a son for me. That's why I was blessed with 2 boys that year. So, when the dad now said I should come back and marry the daughter, I said I was no more showing interest. I said I'm not interested, you know? I was just still being angry. So he was not really aware I was planning to travel. I was really planning to travel then. I just wanted to travel first. I was still very much interested in my girl because she's so good. She took care of my 2 kids in Gambia, you know. So my other kids came to live with me when he was just 3 months old. My Gambia wife was not there. She was not my wife yet. She was even breastfeeding both. I'm telling you. You know,
wow.
People were laughing at her. They were telling her, this guy is in Nigeria. He's using you to take care of his 2 kids. He will later travel.
Wow. So for the background information, he apparently has also got another baby from America.
Yeah.
So the baby came back and she is now breastfeeding
both of them.
And oh my God, God bless her.
Breastfeeding her own child. That's my first son and my second son. They are just older than each other with 3 months.
And they're currently together. They're still together today.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She was not breastfeeding.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know what to say to that, but it's a unique story. Yeah. It's a unique story.
People were like telling her, "You are a fool. This guy, he's using you. He will go away one day and all that." She will be laughing and all that, you know. He will later go travel out and take his 2 child because they know how much I love my kids. Even King, which is the one I have King and Prince, you know. They're actually Kingsley and Princely. So King and Prince. So they were like, the girl did not believe anyone. You know, the girl refused to believe anybody. So before I travel out, dad has already said, okay, come and marry her. I said, I'm not ready yet, you know. So it was when I relocated to Canada. Finally, I sent money first for the tradition. We did all that. Then during COVID, when they say you are not allowed to travel, that was when I took risk. to come to Gambia. I traveled down to Gambia to marry her officially. That was when WhatsApp came in. So that was when
what's on Gambia?
Gambia. So that was when they also heard my story. They called me in. I just told them a little and say, yeah, it's true. This is what happened and all that. So they publish it everywhere. I send them my pictures, you know. So the thing was just going viral. But the only thing they did not put there that make my wife ask them to delete it was, so people were not commenting, thinking it's because I travel out of the country. That was when the dad accepted me to marry the daughter, right? But that was not really true because the man has already accepted me to marry her. I was the one that was not ready anymore after what happened, right? So when you reach out to me and say during COVID, we need to tell a story, it's time. After everything we went through in Gambia, I told you, yeah, my story is too long, even from birth, that I'm ready to tell my story. Since I'm still alive, everybody's alive who have partake in my life, whether good or bad. It was a reason for them to be part of it. I'm not angry with anyone. I just want people to learn, you know? So that was when I told you, when the moment my family arrived Canada, we will still tell the story. May God keep us alive. So finally, my families are in Canada. They are doing well, you know. So here we are and everything. You know, there are some people out there, they don't even know what you have been through. Like when people comment on my picture, you are flying, you don't know what I've been through in life. You may not even have survived it.
That's true.
You know,
imagine 2 times suicide attempts.
Yeah.
2 times.
Okay, the next one, let me tell you the next one. When I took that risk to Gambia to marry my wife, when we arrived during that COVID, before I left Gambia, our Canadian government, they make a law that when you are coming in from social date, you have to pay $2,000 at the airport to get you tested in the hotel, blah, blah, blah.
Quarantine, the days of quarantine.
I was thinking, because I was taking care of my child alone, it was not an easy task. In Canada, that's another story for another day, man. You know? So I went through hell, pushing him inside snow and everything. You know? So I was thinking after that registry, I'll be able to bring my wife over. Then I find out, just because I was sponsored down there before, I have to wait till I complete 5 years in Canada. Oh my God. Yeah. So when I came back, they also took money from me at the airport to pay that money and wait for COVID test result. When I was in that building upstairs, I opened the window. Something was telling me,
jump out.
Jump out.
Just end it.
End it. You can't make it anymore. How are you going to start from? Even you use credit card, you spend money going to Gambia, air ticket. I bought ticket for me and my son. Do you know how much I bought them? Me and my son, we paid 7,000 plus. But arriving at the airport, my son was not able to fly with me because of the COVID. I have to call my beloved pastor, Mr. Innocent Abulume, and his family. They pick up my son at the airport. Leaving my son behind, I was shedding tears. It was my life. You know, I don't like leaving him behind. The moment he came, when he was 3 months, we met at the airport. I still have the picture. The smile. You know, we were so connected. I never prayed to leave that guy one day. Like, I felt so bad. I left him behind. I still went for that trip. So, coming back now, and I knew very well my wife cannot come and all those things. A lot of stuff was going through my head, bro. One of my mind was saying like, how many years are you now? When are you going to complete 5 years? Then I still need another 3 years time. How will I survive, bro? Then one mind was just saying, fall down, end it, end it. You know, as those things were going through my mind, 3 things came up. That is why I already opened the window. I'm telling you, man, I wanted to jump from
at the airport.
At the airport, the hotel I was.
Where is this place in Canada?
It's Toronto YYZ airport. At Toronto there, I was inside airport. The lodge was there. You can't.
And the name of the hotel?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the hotel.
So you opened the window already?
I wanted to end. I was just like, oh my God.
So 3 things came to your mind.
Yeah.
What are those 3 things?
Number 1, I was like, my son, King, who is in Gambia, I promised him when I was leaving 2018, December, at the airport. I don't like to leave my kids behind because of what I've been through growing up. Even he was with his mom, but I still believe that I'm the only one who can take care of my child. I don't know if you understand. Just because of that pain I went through, what I saw, what my stepmother was doing to me, you know. So I was like, I promised him, I said, he was just still a baby when I left him behind. He was 2. I said, Daddy will come back for you. So that thing came to my mind and said,
you promised your son.
You promised your son you will come back for him. Then when you were 9 years old, you promised to change your next generation because the way Africa was, because Nigeria never favored me. I remember I was invited for under 17. I made it to when we were like
the last finals.
Yes,
I'm sure.
But they took me out because
you don't have anybody.
Money. I don't have anybody.
You don't have connection.
That was when
you don't have the phone call.
That was when we traveled to Singapore and all that. I was like, I want a country whereby my children will grow up tomorrow. They will be able to become who they want to be, right?
Without knowing anybody.
Yeah. So that 3 things came to my mind, like when you were 9, you promised to change your next generation. Then you promised your son that you will bring him to Canada. You can't kill yourself. Then the final one was my son that I left behind.
The promise that I'm coming back to you.
To him, Prince. I remember when I left him that day, I was crying. He was crying. Daddy, are you leaving me? I said, don't worry. In few days time, Daddy will be back. I have to change my ticket to return back on time because of him. I was like, I'm already in Canada suffering with him. If anything happened to me, who is going to take care of him? He's going to suffer more. Then the other one is already in Gambia with the more beds. I will not be able to fulfill my promise because when I left Gambia, somebody in their street saw him and said, King, where is Prince, your brother? He was like, oh, my daddy took him. They traveled. So that guy was not telling him, you see, he took Prince and left you behind. You know what my son told him? The neighbors were there. They told my wife. My wife told me. You know, my son said, no, my father will never abandon me. He will come back for me. And there is another thing he did I will never forget. Have you get to that trust where your children will really trust you? There was one time his hand was paining him. He called me. He was still in Gambia. He was that 2 years, still 2 years. He was like, Daddy, he was like, Dad, my hand is paining me. Can you buy me another hand? I was laughing. I said, no, I can't buy you another hand. You will be fine. He said, no, because you always buy me everything that I ask for. Do you know what that means for your child to believe in you? Growing up, my dad nobody bought me a toy. You know, I did not enjoy my dad. I know my mom did a lot for me. I can still remember. He celebrated my birthday from 1 year to 5 years. I have all the pictures. She did all the enlargement and I saw it. You know, I never had anything like gift from my dad because of my so-called stepmom. I went through hell, bro. Nobody know. When I still try to smile, some people, they see me, they are still like kind of carrying faces for me. They don't know what I've been through. There are people who their parents brought them to Canada, Europe, when they are little. They don't know what God did for them. At times, I wish I have a big brother who came to abroad and later fight for me to come to abroad. If I came to Canada when I was still like 20, 21 years, bro, I would know where I would be by now. You know?
Yes. So that moment of impact, that eventually those 3
things came to my mind.
Came to your mind.
Yeah. Then the moment I was now meditating, I said no. I closed the window. I went to wash my face. I was like, I can't kill myself.
I want to be a blessing, one, to the next generation.
Yeah, and other people were also counting on me.
Yeah, I want to see my son because I've promised him.
Yeah, then guess what? My phone rang. They now said, your test result is out. You cannot go home. Oh my God. You need to see the joy.
Imagine if you had ended it before that phone call.
Exactly. You need to see the joy. I was like, oh, they said, but I have to quarantine for 14 days before going out. I said, no problem.
Imagine if you had ended it before that phone call.
Exactly.
That means a lot of people died during the COVID, not be dead, not even because of COVID.
Yeah.
Because of the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is a true life story.
A true life story,
where
man.
you open the hotel room.
Yeah.
This is there's so many that are gone today that can't tell their story.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So when I got home, you need to see the joy. I called my pastor. I said, hey, help me book an Uber. This is what happened. Because my friend was supposed to pick me up. He changed his mind. Then I called my pastor. I sent him the location. He booked an Uber for me. That is how I eventually got home. My son was just in the next 2 streets with them, but I could not see my son. I was inside 14 days. On that 14 days, the last day, I came out. I went there, oh my God, to pick my son. You know, that is why I keep pushing. Do you know that I sent a letter to our Prime Minister. I sent 24 letters to him. He responded. I said, I'm going through a lot. I need a favor. Who will respond to you in Nigeria? That is another thing. Can you talk to the president? Even if he's not the one that will respond to the letter, but I got a response. You know, he responded last and said,
it means it's working.
Yeah,
it's all about system.
That is it.
African leaders, you just be ashamed of yourselves.
You know,
because it's about system. It's the system that is working. And you see everybody, they run up and down, they want to come and have photo sessions. What have you done to build the system?
My brother.
And also not just the leaders, is also the people in the offices.
Yeah.
The people what you call it in the
exactly
the permanent secretaries.
Talking about that, they are even bringing it to their abroad as well.
So the thing is, but if you have a radical leader, if you have a leader that is ready to change, you go with them step by step. You need to make some sacrifices.
I'm telling you, man.
If you make some sacrifices, also diplomatically, I'm sure the situation will change.
Yeah. After sending 24 letters, I got an email from the Prime Minister saying, oh, I received all your letters. In my letter, I wrote what I'm going through, and I have a little child. How I went to marry my wife officially. I was expecting her to be with me. I know the law, but is there any way they can break that law for my sake? Because I'm going through a lot with my child. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Prime Minister responded and he said, in this case, I'm not the chief immigration, but I've forwarded your message to the chief immigration. He's going to respond back to you shortly. Really? After a few days, I got a message from the chief immigration, you know, telling me that, yes, the law is like that and like that, but I'm allowed to even apply for visa for her to come. But they assure me that the moment if I don't want to apply for visa, they gave me all the information, the link, and said, the moment you complete 5 years in Canada, as the law says, apply for PRO. And when you apply for PRO, this letter, attach it. We will make sure that your wife will still come and live with you. I'm telling you, bro. So when I got that letter, I just calmed down. I said, well, God that did it. After what I went through and all that, going to Gambia, coming to Canada was a miracle and all that. I told myself, God that started it will finish it. Before you know, time ran, and my family are now in Canada. They can travel anywhere now.
Yeah, but there's one part that I love so much. Come back to the point I was raising earlier on to say, is the system. You see, even at the top level, he's able to acknowledge the fact that he has people are delegated to at the level of responsibility.
That is it.
He has confidence in them, and they actually responded positively to you to say, this is the. So it shows that the system is about system. The system
that
is
why we are living there. I tell people, I said, look, abroad, you are here, I'm there, right? We are both in abroad. We don't pluck money from the street, right? It is not easy. We pay bill and everything, but guess what? The system work. We pay tax and all that, but they fix the road for us. They make us have everything. Who will do that for you in Africa?
It's sad. It's sad. I just want to say thank you because this is going to continue. We're going to have a special session as you go back to Canada.
It's a lot of story to tell.
We need to continue, like you said, you want to inspire the next generation.
Yeah.
I want us to keep this up.
Thank
I wish
you
you all
so
the
much.
best as you go back to Canada. And you want to say one or two things to the youths out there before we round up?
What I want to say is that, number one, I want you to subscribe to this station. You will see it on the link. You know, the name will be there. Follow the link. If you want to hear the full story of my life story, how I made it so far, just follow this. Follow our link that you will see on the screen. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, everything, so that you will see truly that God can actually make everyone successful, no matter who you are. The message I have for the youth out there is never give up on anything you are doing. Number one, believe in God. Number two, don't ever put your hand in a bad thing. Like, just keep pushing. Do the genuine thing you are doing. Trust me, at the end of the day, you will win. You will come out victorious. Don't ever underrate anyone. I'm telling you, man, because nobody knows tomorrow. You know, so long you are doing the right thing, you are on the right track, you are not stealing from people, trust me, one day, God go pick your call.
God go pick your call, and God has picked his call. God has picked our calls, and we believe there's so many people out there that God will indeed pick their calls. On that note, a big thank you to you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
I wish you all the best as you go back to Canada.
Brother,
I wish you all the best.
Thank you,
and to you and God knows who we watch this. We love you all. Always believe in yourself.
That is it.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Bye.